March 8, 2014. One moment, a modern Boeing 777 is alive on the radar. The next, it's a ghost. This is the definitive story of Flight MH370, chilling aviation mystery where technology failed, and the only proof left behind were 7 phantom pings, leading to a set of mysterious coordinates at the edge of the world. Tonight, we open the file on the plane that vanished into the ocean's shadow, March 8, 2014. 40,000 feet in the air. This was the destined flight. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, carrying 239 souls from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. At that altitude, MH370 was a clear, bright dot on every civilian radar screen, a routine flight until it approached Vietnamese airspace. The final moment of normalcy came at 1:19 a.m. The pilot transmitted the message, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Just 2 minutes later, MH370 vanished. No distress call, no alarm signals, no reported technical failure. It didn't crash. It disappeared from civilian radar as if it had been erased from existence. A modern Boeing 777, full of technology, vanished without a trace. Ever since MH370 has become a void in aviation history. Shrouded in complex satellite data and mysterious coordinates, no one can fully confirm. Vault of Shadows is tracking this final flight path. The first thing that happened was silence. The aircraft's transponder system, the device that transmits identification signals to civilian air traffic control, was intentionally switched off at 1:21 a.m. Switching off the transponder is not a mechanical error. It is a deliberate, manual action. Someone in the cockpit, or someone trained, shut it down by hand. Although it vanished from civilian radar, MH370 was still tracked by Malaysian military radar. The data showed that the aircraft abruptly turned 180 degrees, flying back across the Malay Peninsula. The plane flew past Penang Island, then continued to move along pre-programmed airline waypoints and organized journey. At 2:22 a.m., the military radar also lost track of it in the area west of the peninsula. In summary, a plane vanished from civilian sight, executed a calculated turn, and flew for nearly an hour undetected. When all hope of finding it in the South China Sea proved futile, data from an unexpected source emerged. The Inmarsat satellite MH370 utilized Inmarsat's satellite communication system. Although the main communication system was off, the aircraft periodically sent automated handshakes, known as pings, to the satellite to check its connection. The data revealed that for the next 6 hours, MH370 sent 7 dataless pings containing no error messages or location data, but they still held crucial information. The final ping was received at 8:19 a.m. Analysts used bilateral range rate (BRR) data, also known as the Doppler shift, to determine the distance between the plane and the satellite. This data didn't provide an exact location, but it drew an arc on the map, outlining where the aircraft must have been. The BRR data from the final pings drew a vast arc, extending deep into the southern Indian Ocean, a remote and harsh area dubbed the Seventh Arc. These are the mysterious coordinates that directed the entire international search effort. There were no witnesses, no wreckage, just numbers sent from a ghost plane flying in the dark. Investigators deduced that after turning back, MH370 flew south until it ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. Crucially, no one in the cockpit sent any distress signals or attempted to communicate during those 6 hours of flight. Hundreds of millions of dollars were spent. This search area is one of the deepest and least explored places on Earth. The underwater search found nothing for years. It wasn't until July 2015 that confirmed debris from MH370 was found. It was a piece of the wing, A flaperon washed up on the shores of Réunion Island, thousands of miles from the search zone. This discovery confirmed the plane ended its flight in the ocean, but it didn't explain what happened. Instead, it fueled the chilling theories. Theory 1. Pilot's suicide. This is the most trusted theory among many experts. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah deliberately shut down the systems, depressurized the cabin, incapacitating all passengers, and flew the plane alone to the remote ocean. However, there is no clear evidence of motive, and his family vehemently denies it. Theory 2. Technical failure and incapacitated crew. Some investigators suggest that a fire or technical fault could have incapacitated the crew, leaving the plane to fly automatically a ghost flight until it ran out of fuel. This explains the lack of distress calls, but it fails to explain the deliberate turn and transponder shutdown. Theory 3. Hijacking, concealment. This theory involves military or terrorist scenarios, suggesting the plane was hijacked or forced to land. However, no government took responsibility, and no terrorist group claimed the act. The haunting nature of MH370 lies in the precision of the mysterious coordinates and the utter emptiness of the result. The satellite ping data pointed to one area, but the sea has kept the secret entirely. The biggest question remains why? Why would an experienced pilot act this way? Or was there an external force that intervened, turning a civilian flight into a criminal case? Despite all our technological advances, Flight MH370 proves that a massive piece of modern technology can simply vanish, leaving behind only numbers and coordinates that offer no answers.